Hello everyone, this is Matthew Osach, SEO strategist for PCG Digital Marketing. I'd like to welcome you to week 1 of the Automotive Internship program. This week's topic is the fundamentals of search, digital marketing strategies for automotive dealerships. Topics of discussion for our automotive dealers in 2011 and 2012 include automotive industry's use of the internet, how search engines work, organic search, also known as search engine optimization, or SEO is how we'll refer to it in the future, paid search, also known as search engine marketing, SEM, that also includes pay-per-click or PPC, and then local data and consumer reviews, things like Google Maps, Yelp, Insider Pages, and those type of places. So, what are we most concerned with the automotive industry's use of the internet? Well, dealership websites. Consumers are online shopping. 9 out of 10 auto buyers say that they start their buying process by doing research online. It's a staggering number, but 90% of the people say they start their buying process online. Also, the average number of hours that a person spends doing this research is somewhere between 8 and 10 hours. Amazing. It's great. So we know we need to get in front of people because consumers are shopping to look for browsing vehicle inventory, applying for financing, search for specials, print out coupons, and online scheduling of service. When they browse for vehicle inventory, they're not just looking for how much the car costs, but that is one of the primary reasons they will switch between some websites. But they're also looking for local dealerships in general, just dealerships that have good reviews or what kind of reviews they have and which one they should go to according to those reviews. So dealer websites should support their brand message and encourage consumers to engage with your cars and services. Dealer websites should produce a conversion to a call, an email, or a walk-in. Now, believe it or not, about 80% of the time, people will select in their sales system, their customer management system, they will select that a person walked in. Whereas we know that 90% of the people do some sort of research before they come in and see a car. Or they saw a billboard, or they saw an ad on TV. It is almost relatively impossible that 80% of the people will be what's called a walk-in. They decided they're driving by the dealership and they will walk into the dealership to buy a car today. I don't know how many people themselves feel that way, but I don't feel that that can happen with 80% of the individuals. All right, so here we have an example of one of our clients. They've been a client for a very long time, and they are showing up great for a very generic search like Seattle Jeep or Seattle Jeep Dealer. They own page 1 pretty much. They have at least 4 or 5 listings on page 1, and you can see that they have a lot of things going on, but it's clean, it's consistent with their other advertising they have. They have a video in the bottom right that is their spokesperson that they use online. They also have their newest 2011 Fiat 500, which is consistent with the Raritan brand. They recently added a whole bunch of Fiat stores, and they're going to be pushing that. So you'll see that in all of their advertising. It's very funny. I did come across a website just yesterday, it happens every week, that they have a video on their homepage. It talks about having an elite card membership, that when you buy a car from this dealership, a used car, you get to be an elite member, and with your card you get savings at a local gas station. You get price off of your oil change. You get a free loaner car every 30,000 and 60,000 miles. That video was prominently displayed, took up at least a quarter of the homepage. But nowhere from that video could you click, or anywhere else on the homepage, click on something to learn or apply for all of the details about that card. You had to dive into the website to find it. So if you're going to find that something is important enough to put a video or put a dedicated amount of homepage space to that topic or to that service that you offer, please make sure that it's easy to find when somebody gets to the website. All right. Don't forget, social media is also part of the automotive industry's use of the internet nowadays. So you want to build relationships and not try and sell too much on social media. That's just not the way it's going to happen. You want to continue your branding and show off your dealership's personality. Pictures of people getting their car upon delivery, great. It also gives that person a reason to go onto their social media account and friend or like that account that their picture is on, and show their friends their picture of their new car. All right. Then reputation management, also important in social media, making sure you engage with consumers and you're proactive about your online reputation. Automotive dealerships are also publishing content. Content which includes articles, blog posts, press releases, brochures, videos, and other types of information to target markets. People looking for a new 2011 Ford Focus. People looking for a used Volkswagen Beetle. If you have these items on your lot, you should be writing about them. You should be putting out brochures for the newest models that you have, tagging them with your dealership name, phone number, website address, all of that contact information to get back to you. And these items can all show up in search individually. A blog, a press release, a video can all show up on page 1 along with your dealership website for a given phrase that you happen to be targeting. So very important information. Your other opportunities: by becoming a content publisher, you offer Google more ways for consumers to find you, a variety of topics. Each piece of content has the ability to drive traffic to your website. Like I said, it has the ability to show up multiple times, different keyword phrases that people may type in. And content offers dealerships not only a way to connect with consumers, but it's also the biggest piece of your SEO strategy. How does SEO, or search engine optimization, work? Well, it's kind of like making sure that you're abiding by the rules that search engines use for their formula. They take a search phrase that someone types in, they find the best matching assets that are already out on the internet, and they result in a search engine result page, a SERP, S-E-R-P. When they get to that search engine result page, approximately 80% of searchers click on an organic search result, not a paid listing, but one that Google displays. People just have a certain level of trust that's engaged there when a person shows up or a website shows up, content, press release, blog post, video, or just a dealership website in the organic area. 20% click on a paid ad. Just think to yourself, how often do I really click on paid ads? That's about how often you see other people clicking on paid ads. According to various studies, #1 ranked position on Google page 1 gets the majority of clicks, about 42%. So what does a search engine result page look like? Well, at the top, you usually have a beige colored area or a pink colored area in the background. That is pay-per-click advertising. Down below it, you'll find organic search engine listings, and you may find some Google Places listings. That was formerly known as Google Maps. They can also be broken into 2 separate areas. You see here that there is a map in the top right corner listing all of the places, and then 7 listings on the left. Also below the map, there is now area for more placement, more pay-per-click advertising. So organic search engine optimization. It's the use of various techniques to improve a website's ranking in the search engines and attract more visitors. It's the marketing technique of preparing a website to enhance its chances of being ranked in the top results of search engines. Some major ranking factors that are important for SEO is to review and implement the Google guidelines. We'll have more on this information in just a few slides. Consider the keywords when you do keyword research on the different variations of phrases a person might type in. You'll use the Google AdWords keyword tool. We will go into that in coming weeks. But your domain name or your website name should have the keyword phrase in it. If it doesn't already have it, that's okay. But if you're hosting a company website like Our Chevy Store, I'd maybe recommend Chevrolet. We've even seen some dealers shorten it to Chev, CHEV.com of some sort. I would not recommend it. Google does not know that Chev is Chevy or Chevrolet, so I always try and recommend a broadening of the exact keyword phrase. Keywords used frequently in content of the website is also another important ranking factor. And then keywords linking through navigation and from third-party websites, linking into your website, voting for your website for a keyword. When a person clicks on it and goes to your site, that is also a major ranking factor. The creation of content on a more in-depth monthly or weekly basis is very important. This information must be unique content containing the keywords. If someone is looking for a Ford dealer in Ohio, then the words should say Ford dealer Ohio. You should not just take a press release or blog post that has been written by the OEM. Let's say that Jeep puts out a press release about the newest Wrangler. You should not just use their press release word for word, copy and paste. It's not going to work. It's considered duplicate content. Search engines frown upon that. So you want to customize it. You want to change up the title, change up the description, change up the way the wording is done. You can still keep the bits and pieces of the essential idea of the press release valid to being about the Wrangler, but insert your own customized information. Creation of more inbound links is something that's always going to happen. If you write more pieces and place them on third-party sites, you're going to get more ranking value. Historical value is the site or page older? Was this the first time the content was written about this topic? Are you the first person to write about it, or is someone else in your community writing about that topic? You will get a higher ranking if you include a depth of content and post that content first in your area with the keywords than other people will. So first to market is great. And being first to market gives you historical value, which Google looks upon as an added factor. You'll want to do that. Freshness or blog posts and press releases can pop to the top for a short amount of time, but will slowly lose value as time goes on. You'll want to make sure that if you're writing blog posts or press releases, you're going to want to do that at least 2 times a week, if not more. All right. Other ranking factors, search engines are starting to include social linking, Facebook, Twitter, likes. So they do influence how search engine result pages look for Bing currently. Google has not yet confirmed exactly how they will be using social signals for their algorithm, but we hope that that will be happening sometime soon. So here's the Google Webmasters Guidelines topics. Please visit this link. I'll give you a moment to write that down. You can also pause this video if you want. google.com/webmasters/docs, search engine optimization starter guide.pdf. Or you can go to a Google search and type in Google Search Engine Optimization Starter Guide. Download the PDF. Please read through it. It contains information about the SEO basics, improving your site structure, and optimizing content. So you'll want to create unique, accurate page titles. You'll want to make sure your site is easy to navigate, text-based navigation. Maybe the keyword appears in the name of the page. And then optimizing the content, making sure an H1 tag, which is a header tag, or an H2 tag has your keyword phrases in it. Again, we'll go over these things more in detail in the future. Then we get into paid search, that 20% of people. This is a little faster than organic search results. Organic search can take a couple weeks or a couple months to show up in search engine results. Pay-per-click, on the other hand, will appear as soon as you turn on that budget and you have the keywords selected. So this is something that also turns off very quickly, though. You run out of budget, it is off of page 1 immediately. All right, this allows advertisers to appear in targeted keyword searches. You pick the keywords, you pick how much you want to pay. It's a bidding system. You want to pay more, you're going to show up higher. You want to pay less, you're going to show up lower. It allows advertisers to pick a target market based on geographic location as well. So you can select within 10 miles of X zip code, within 20 or 30 or 40 miles of a zip code. And that helps you do that as well. So place a user directly on a chosen landing page It allows you to control not only what that ad says, who sees it, but what page they land on. There are different types of paid search, believe it or not. First one is pay-per-click. That's the most common one. You pay for every time a person clicks on your advertisement, a unique person, and then you can measure your click-through rate of your advertisements. The click-through rate can range between 1.5% to 4 or 5%, depending on the target market and the message. There's also the ability to show up for content display marketing. That can be pay-per-click, and it's usually done through Google or a company called DoubleClick. It's commonly seen on news and article websites where there's a banner ad next to the article. And these people are less likely to be actively searching for a product, but may be good for branding. So there is something called a remarketing campaign, where after a person visits your website, they get a cookie stored to their computer, a little tracking beacon, if you will. And anytime they visit a news or article website that allows for Google's remarketing code to be placed there, it has the chance of having your banner ad show up after they've already been to your site. Nice reminder, great way to get people back to your website. Other types of search, paid search, include cost per 1,000 impression, the total cost to deliver 1,000 impressions, or CPM, not clicks. CPM campaigns are less targetable to a specific demographic and are usually optimized for branding of a company, just getting the name out there. There's also Facebook paid advertising. You can target members of Facebook based on pay-per-click basis for factors such as their location, their age, their interests, and their marital status. Currently, Facebook is often less expensive than Google AdWords, but does not have the same impact on conversion, mainly because people on Facebook are doing something social. They are not searching out for advertisements. They're not looking for a car actively. Then we get into local data and consumer reviews. Google continues to develop ways to make search relevant to more people. Right, mobile ads and geodata are allowing search results to be localized based on your location, wherever you're typing it in. The localization of information is important for car dealers because they can more readily connect with in-market shoppers. And local online business directories are replacing the role of yellow pages. We took a poll in our office. We said, how do you use the yellow pages? The majority of people said they use it to hold down their refrigerator from floating away. They just keep it up there for some reason, or they're leveling out a table or a desk or a chair or something. So the yellow pages has really gone away in its formal paper mode. The most important local directory is Google Places. Google Maps, formerly known as, now Google Places, is the new yellow pages for the industry and for just the community in general. Information here can change the way your business is seen on the internet. It also allows direct consumer reviews to be posted online and compiles a summary of reviews from other websites like Yelp, DealerRater, Yellow Book, Angie's List, Judy's Book, Yahoo Local. You'll want to stay on top of all of these places, but in a Google search, the #1 listing for your company name search should be your Google Places account. It'll have your name, your address, your website information. You'll be claiming this map information. We'll show that in just a second. It is your #1 free traffic resource. You should really optimize your Google Map account. So the places that it gets reviews from, like I said before, Yelp, Edmunds, DealerRater, Judy's Book, Angie's List, City Search, Insider Pages. You'll be claiming all of these accounts and reviewing them within this group of the next couple of weeks. Google Places. You can claim a Places account. You go to Google Places, you enter in the phone number of how you see it appear in the Google Map, and then it'll say, is this the account you want to claim? Yes. It'll ask you for some information to confirm or decline a call, an automated call, or possibly a postcard. The postcard is usually the preferred method through Google. It will be sent to the physical address of the place, and it will be received there in about 2 to 3 weeks. And that's about it. All the topics we discussed today will be gone into in much more depth. You'll see that our coming weeks and presenters are going to do a great job for you. I'm very confident they're going to be able to help you out. Again, my name is Matthew Osuch. I'm an SEO strategist here at PCG Digital Marketing. If you'd like, you can send me an email directly, or you can give us a call, 732-450-8200. My extension is 3, and I'd be happy to help you out. Also, please feel free to contact Carrie Hemphill. Carrie is Carrie at pcgmailer.com, and her extension is 2. So any questions about this presentation, feel free to email us. Look forward to seeing you in the coming weeks. Thanks, and have a great day.